veterans, for the Quincy Veterans Home, and for our Sunset Cemetery and our Congressional Medal of Honor designees and recipients all across the country, and especially those buried at Sunset Cemetery. This has been a long effort. It began with an idea to recognize our veterans. Veteran Albert Sohn, who is here, very much wanted. We have the Quincy Veterans Home here. It's the largest and oldest Illinois facility for veterans home. And he wanted to commemorate veterans in general and have a Veterans Parkway or a Veterans Highway. That being said, we started working with Illinois Department of Transportation. Senator Sullivan and I wanted to vet the idea fully, to get the veterans groups and their ideas. Often pieces of highway are already designated something, and so the Department of Transportation was very helpful in trying to help us locate something that was appropriate. So it became a threefold mission, as it turns out. One, to commemorate our veterans, to recognize and honor them appropriately. Secondly, to commemorate our Quincy Veterans Home and what it has meant to this area and how it has served veterans in Illinois for so long. And then thirdly, we began to recognize that within our Sunset Cemetery that is a part of this home, there are a significant large number of Congressional Medal of Honor recipients. Now, in our research, we found that the Congressional Medal of Honor first became enacted by a joint act of Congress in 1861. Quincy Veterans Home is about 1868 in its inception. So, going forward, in the time that the Congressional Medal of Honor was created to recognize extreme acts of gallantry, heroism, and bravery, there have only been 3,400 or approximately thereabout medals bestowed upon our veterans. And so to have Sunset Cemetery have such a large number is a very significant factor, something to be very proud of, as we are with all of our veterans, but this significant piece of history and ongoing recognition for our veterans is something we wanted to bring out so people knew about what that honor meant and what our veterans mean to us in general. So it's come together. Senator Sullivan has been a huge help to me in this endeavor. It's been a joint endeavor all along the way. And Albert Sohn specifically held our feet to the fire, I will say. Albert's very vocal and outspoken, and he said, this is going to happen in my lifetime. And it wouldn't have happened without his input and his vision for veterans and what they mean to us in this area and our state and our country. So can I give a big round of applause for Albert? Shepard has been great. I think he was the one that actually came up with the Congressional Medal of Honor recognition and the fact that we have this huge number. IDOT has just been fabulous to work with and help us and all along the way. So with that, I would like to ask our Quincy Mayor, John Spring, who is the keeper of the city of Quincy and our fine veterans home. I'll ask him to come say a few words.
Thank you, Representative Tracy. It is wonderful to be here, and this is such a historic day for our veterans. First and foremost, thank you all for your service to this country. It means so much that we have the freedoms that we have each and every day because of you and others. So I'm very proud of all of you. And I do take a little personal pride in this, since I worked here at the Veterans Home back in 1974 when I first moved to Quincy, and always have had a close spot in my heart for the veterans here and enjoyed my work here. So this is a very special day for all of you. 123 years now that our Veterans Home has been a shining star here in the city of Quincy and available for all of our veterans from all over the state. So it's fantastic news, and we look forward to it. As Jill said, we're so delighted that the Veterans Home rests inside the city of Quincy. And as you know, we've got a great working relationship with the veterans as well as the Veterans Home. And anytime they need city assistance for anything, we're always here to help So congratulations, veterans. Congratulations to John and Jill, and most importantly, congratulations to Albert, who I've talked to about this as well the last 4 years. So thanks again, and this is a great day for us.
We will have representing the Department of Transportation. I wanted to introduce Roger Driscoll, who oversees and is the Deputy Director, but the Deputy Director, Ray Dolges, is going to speak to us now.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Honored guests, and I'm not leaving you veterans out because you are truly the honored guests here today, and thank you for your service. And what an appropriate place to have this event today to dedicate our Medal of Honor recipients. As Senator Tracy said, there were 3,400 Medal of Honor recipients in this country. And when you think about the millions and millions of men, there were 16.5 million men that served in World War II. You think of alone, and maybe 10 million in Vietnam. That's a very, very small percentage. These men and one woman from the Civil War are an elite group of people. These are our true patriots of this country. And as the Deputy Director of IDOT, I am certainly very proud that they participate and have our agency involved in this. IDOT's agency has 5,000 employees, 1,500 of them are veterans. And we have, I think, 10 or a dozen or so serving right now in Afghanistan and Iraq. And we're very proud of that. And we take pride in doing what we can for the veterans community. Last year we dedicated Route 173 to 173rd Airborne. A few weeks ago we dedicated a bridge across Iowa and Illinois after a Medal of Honor recipient. And today we're honoring the men and women Medal of Honor recipients here for US 24. You know, when you think of the Medal of Honor recipients, one phrase comes to my mind, and that's a phrase that General MacArthur used: duty, honor, country. And I think that really emphasizes what these men have done. Duty. Our country called, these men answered the call and served with obviously great honor and bravery. And these men did not do this for themselves. I have met many Medal of Honor recipients, and none of these men said they did it for themselves. And as you veterans know, when you're in combat, your life depends on the buddy next to you, brothers in arms. And that's what these men did. They did it for their buddies. Even though the phrase is duty, honor, and country, of course they did it for their country too. But at that moment, they did it for their buddies. And I'm very proud of all those men, and also you too, you gentlemen and ladies. Honor, they served with honor, obviously, and received the Medal of Honor. Now, country, they served their country, they did it for family, they did it for friends, and they did it for country. That best describes all veterans, and especially Medal of Honor recipients. Medal of Honor recipients, as I said before, are truly the highest patriot in this country, and also our veterans. And with that, I'd like to close and say thank you for your service and to your country, and we all appreciate it here today. Thank you.
Thank you. That was very well said. Thank you. And as I said, the Department of Transportation never questioned that we would do it. They always were behind us and helping us because, as you have heard, they have such a high, the state has a high commitment, and the Department of Transportation has a high commitment to honor our veterans. So this has been a joint effort. Senator Sullivan has been in this to help me along the way, and it's quite a joint effort of what Senator Sullivan and I are able to accomplish for this region. Senator Sullivan has twice the territory I have and twice the constituents, but he is always a helping hand, and I appreciate his effort with this as well. And with that, I'd like Senator Sullivan to say a few words.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Today is a accumulation of literally years of work, and those years of work can be attributed to this gentleman sitting to my right here, Mr. Sohn. I was thinking on the way over here this morning as I was driving here from Rushville about how persistent Albert was in talking to Jill and I, and he set his mind to it, and he wasn't going to let go of the idea, and it kind of reminded me of a snapping turtle. When they get a hold of you, they won't let go. And Albert, I'm glad you did not let go, because you stuck with this, and today we're here, to honor and to dedicate a portion of a highway to those Medal of Honor recipients. We could thank, and there's probably been enough said already, but I do want to thank the good folks at IDOT for their help. And Roy Dovis, it's great to have you back here. When I walked in the door, you said it's kind of like old times, and it feels that way, so it's good to have you back. Roger, we certainly appreciate all your help. John Spring has been such an advocate for not just the city of Quincy, but for the home here, and he's worked tirelessly, for the benefit of the home, and we appreciate everything that he has done as well. And Jill Tracy, and she mentioned this, we do work together so well on so many issues, and there's so many of the issues that are important to her district and my district that they're not partisan issues, they're nonpartisan issues, they're issues that we can work together on. And Jill called my office on Friday afternoon and said, let's do a joint press release. Well, that's kind of unusual to do a joint press release with a Democrat and a Republican. Think about that. It doesn't happen too often, but Jill and I do it, and we do it fairly often, and as well as Representative Myers, my other representative. But Jill, that was very nice of you to make that offer and to do that joint press release, even though it had her name at the top. That's okay. No, I'm just teasing. So it's when we can work together, when everybody can come together, when a community can come together for the betterment, and obviously under our circumstances here today, we're doing it to honor our veterans, and I could not think of a better and a greater thing. So thank you, everybody.
Okay, with that, we will step over here and unveil our sign. Albert, why don't you come over to Senator Sullivan and my office?
Well, Albert, you go right ahead. You said a lot along the way.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming, and I want to thank Jill and John. I'll be off your back now. Next your back to law, we don't talk. So let's work on something else. There we go. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. That's great. I want to thank my wife for sticking with me. She answers the phone a lot. Well, she always tells me it'll work out. Just takes time. 90% of the time she's right. But I want to thank everybody. And this just ain't for the Medal of Honor. It's for all the veterans. I want it for all the veterans. And I want to thank Bob Shepard. He worked with me on this, and we've been doing this for better than 5 years. You've been in how long, Jill? 4? 3 terms? 3 terms? 3 years. So, I know it's been about 5 years that I've been working on this, and I've been after John all the time and her, but we finally got it all done now, and I'm happy, and I think everybody else is. And I want to thank everybody for coming, and thank you too, and everybody else that's been involved. Me and Shepard and Jill and John is one that's been involved in it. Thank you.
And I also wanted to mention that John Ringberger was instrumental. I remember once he drove along a lot of highway to try to get some ideas how to do this, and I appreciate his help and the staff of the Veterans Home as well in helping. With that, we'll unveil.
Need a drum roll.
Need a bugler.
medium-sized sign that will be here at the home. John, why don't you come up and make that? As I said, you very much helped us come up with these ideas. And Greg, we want you to be a recipient of a sign for the city of Quincy. And of course, Senator Sullivan has his own. Thank you all for coming and helping us commemorate this wonderful event. Thank you so much.